Today, I'll develop the story of the world cultural heritage of Joseon royal tombs, Jeongneung in Seoul. The location is 116 Arirang-no, 19길, 성북구, Seoul. The commentator is run by the Cultural Heritage Administration. Commentary hours are from Tuesday to Friday at 10 and 14. From March to December, commentary is also provided on Saturdays and Sundays. This is a parking lot. The first characteristic of Jeongneung is that the Incense Palace and the King's Palace are covered at the right angles according to the topography. Second, Jesu's Haengnang-chae is operated as Queen Sindok's library. Third, like Seonjeongneung, the surrounding area is so narrow that once you leave the boundary of the royal tomb, you immediately collide with houses. Could it be because of King Taejong's decision to allow houses to be built within 100 steps of the tomb? I think this is because as Seoul was incorporated into the city and became industrialized, houses were built all over the place. Fourth, the public restroom of Jeongneung faces the burial mound, so it doesn't look good. I think it would be a good idea to secure the budget and move to another location. Jeongneung is the tomb of Empress Sindok Go-Kangclan, the second consort of King Taejo, the first ruler of the Joseon dynasty. In the form of a single mound, stone civil officials, stone horse, stone lantern, stone spirit dice, stone pillars, stone lamp, and stone tiger were placed in the burial mound. Only the core supporting to the stone lantern and the stone spirit dice were from the time of construction, and the remaining stone structures were rebuilt during the reign of King Hyunjong. Stone lantern follows the style of the tomb of King Gongmin of the Goryeo dynasty and is said to be the oldest stone monument from the Joseon dynasty tomb and has a high artistic value. Under the burial mound, there are Hongsalmun, Jeongjagak, Subokbang, Surakan, and Bigak, and unlike other royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty, the Incense Palace and the King's Palace were built in the right angle shape to match the natural topography rather than in a straight line. This is the Hongsalmun. And this is Tombstone. The appearance of the Geumcheongyo in the entrance space allows you to see the modeling techniques of Korea's natural stone bridges, and the protected Jeolkoba trees standing on both sides of the Jaesil are also historical sites worth seeing. When Queen Sindok Kangclan passed away in 1396, King Taejo built Jeongneung royal tomb in Cheonbang and also built the place where he would later be buried. When King Taejo was constructing his tomb, he specially had Judge Minister Yeoison mobilize top-class mason to create the highest level stone artifacts of the time, and even after it was incompleted, he visited the tomb several times to express his longing for Kangclan. However, after King Taejong ascended to throne, Jeongneung began to be treated poorly when King Taejo passed away in 1408. King Taejong allowed houses to be built near the 100 paces of Jeongneung royal tomb, and the following year in 1409, King Taejo moved Cheongneung to South Hansan Mountain because it was located within the capital city. Afterwards, when the Cheonggyecheon Kwangtung Bridge collapsed due to a flood, the retaining stones and railing stones from the tombstones were used to restore Kwangtung Bridge, and other woods and stones were used to build Taepyeonggan Hall. In addition, Taejong did not take Shinju to Jongmyo Shrine because he did not recognize Queen Shindeok as King Taejo's queen. Cheongneung, which had been nothing more than a civilian tomb, was rebuilt in its current form about 260 years later in 1669, when Queen Shindeok was recognized as queen and her ancestral tablet was enshrined in Jongmyo Shrine. Queen Shindeok was honored as an empress in 1899. Queen Shindeok was born as the daughter of Kang Yun-sung, a member of powerful aristocratic family of Goryeo dynasty, but Kang Yun-sung was implicated in Choi Ha-jung's treason in 1357 and was exiled and then died. So her birth date may be unknown. Queen Shindeok became capital wife of King Taejo and gave birth to Grand Prince Buan, Grand Prince Uyan, and Princess Gyeongsun. With the foundation of Joseon in 1392, Queen Shindeok was crowned as the first queen of Joseon because the hometown wife of King Taejo, Han Klang, passed away in 1391 before the foundation of Joseon. During the reign of King Taejo, she established a support base by appointing his second son as crown prince, but this later became the seed of the Prince's Rebellion. She did not stay in the position of queen for long, and it is said that she was sick from the beginning of her reign. She passed away in 1396 at Lee Bun's private residence, and in 1899 she was rebirthed as Empress Shindeok-go. Chaereung, the tomb of Queen Shinyi, the hometown wife of King Taejo, is in Kaesong, North Korea. While looking at the tomb of Queen Shindeok, I felt the excessive greed would eventually lead to disaster. Among his ex-wife's sons, there were many sons who had grown up and contributed greatly to the founding of Joseon. She wanted to make her son Taejo's successor, but in the end, her two sons and son-in-law were killed, and to save her daughter's life, the daughter's father Taejo shaved her head and made her alone. Was luck that it all happened after that she died? However, after Kang's death, her husband Taejo had breakfast only after hearing the morning bell ring at Cheongneung's tomb. Was her husband's love comforting her? It is said that King Taejo loved Empress Shindeok-go very much. The anecdote about how they first met and fell in love is very famous. Before Taejo founded the Joseon dynasty, one day while hunting on horseback, he became very thirsty and found a well. He happened to ask for water from the beautiful village girl who was at the well, and she scooped up water in a bowl and floated with the willow leaves and handed it to him. When Taejo asked her why she brought the willow leaves, she replied,
"I did it because I was worried that you might have an upset stomach from drinking water quickly because you were very thirsty."
After hearing this answer, King Taejo was impressed by her generous attitude and took her as his wife. This story is the same as the story about the meeting between Goryeo King Taejo and Queen Changhwa. Queen Changhwa and Queen Shindeok are each the second wife of the founding father of the country and have in common the fact that they are the daughters of powerful local nobles. This is either a misrepresentation or a willow leaf tale with a similar structure handed down in many regions may have been linked to King Taejo Lee Seong-gye. Kwangtung Bridge was the largest bridge in the capital, and it was the central passageway inside the capital connecting Gyeongbokgung Palace, Yukju Street, Unjongga, and Sungnaemun Gate. It was a bridge where the most people came and went from the capital city because shops were located around it, and ordinary people often called it Gwangyo. Kwangtung Bridge, which appears to have been built during the construction of the capital city in early Joseon dynasty, was initially an earthen bridge but was converted into a stone bridge when heavy rains occurred in August 1410, causing the bridge to float away and the people to drown. It is said that At the time, stone figures from Jeongnam, the tomb of Queen Sinda, were used. It was expanded in the 38th year of King Yeongjo's reign. This is a family tree of King Taejo.